I'm the Little Monsoon.
And I'm your host, Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Thursday Night Prime Time Wrestling, where we feature the superstars of the World Wrestling Federation. In fact, the greatest professional athletes in the world.
How you like Thursdays?
I don't.
Why?
I don't, because I had other things to do on Thursdays.
This is fine for me. I enjoy it.
Yeah, you look bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
I had a great weekend.
Of course, most weasels look bushy-tailed anyway. What a lineup this week.
Starts right in.
Ravishing Rick is going to join us.
Ah, newest member of the Bobby Heenan family.
You know, I noticed you haven't been asking for any respect for him, which might be good. The guy might get some recognition. Our feature, Intercontinental title match, the Honky Tonk Man against former champion Tito Santana.
One half of Strike Force.
Yes. Demolition joining us this week.
I'm on the cover still.
Naturally, you're on the cover still. That's the October issue. The November issue is not out yet.
A lot of people out there can't wait to get their hands
I
on.
noticed, you take a good look at this. The look on your kisser, this must have been taken right after or in between when Mr. Wonderful fired you, or whether Bam Bam left you, or what. Because look at the look on your face.
I happen to be in deep thought.
Deep thought. Looks like you got your weasel tail caught in the door. Right now, we're going to take it to Madison Square Garden for our opening matchup. Demolition could be main event in any arena in the country, taking on the Junkyard Dog, Mr. JYD, and George the Animal Steel.
From parts unknown, Axe, Smash, Demolition!
Axe and Smash, two very awesome-looking creatures.
They are intimidating.
I thought maybe they were going to squeeze together there and squash you like a grape.
I tell you, I didn't feel too good standing between those two.
Secure there.
Both of them about 6'5", 6'6".
Mr. Fuji very conspicuous by his absence.
Well, who knows where he is? He may have something going here. I don't know. He could be absolutely anywhere in this building, maybe even under the ring.
And their opponents, at a total combined weight of 568 pounds, from Charlotte, North Carolina, the Junkyard Dog. His partner from Detroit, Michigan, George the Animal Steel.
Grab them cakes indeed, the Junkyard Dog. That 15-foot chain wrapped around, he may need that before this one's over.
It's highly possible. You know, Gorilla, a highly unusual pairing, but these can be very effective, these two together.
Dog juking, doing his thing on the apron. Axe and Smash just looking in bewilderment.
Yes, I don't know whether they're worried or not, but they're sticking very, very closely together.
I don't think we'll see too many flying head scissors or drop kicks or too much aerial work being done in this match. But George the Animal Steel, you can bet, will tear open at least one turnbuckle before this is over.
For his favorite food.
His favorite fetish is that turnbuckle, the inner workings of the turnbuckle pad.
It'll be interesting to see how Demolition deal with George the Animal Steel.
It'll be interesting for me to see that how the Junkyard Dog and the Animal will coordinate with each other, how they will communicate
I think
with each other.
there lies the answer to this match. If they can get that successful combination working.
Talk about continuity. You're looking at a team right there you were moments ago at Demolition who have all that continuity that you need to be successful in tag team wrestling. And you look across at the other side, and I don't see a whole lot of continuity there.
No, I don't either, but who can tell? Really, who can tell?
The Animal spotted something.
These are big, powerful men.
Look
at the Animal, yes.
He doesn't understand something. I guess the masks have got to come off, he's saying.
He's looking to see the faces.
Talk about the missing link, the Cro-Magnon man, the throwback to the original 8-man. George Animal Steel resembles that remark.
He's turned out to be a very lovable, should I say, creature.
Oh, yes,
George the Animal.
He is indeed that. Now they take off the face plates.
Let's see what George makes of this.
He gave him the green tongue. The green tongue salute. Look at the look on the face of Axe.
Axe is mystified by George, definitely.
Look at the back of the cranium of the Animal.
Yes. Actually, a great psychological advantage here for Junkyard Dog and George the Animal. Let's see if they cash in on it.
Well, the Dog's put on about 15 or 20 pounds of late here in the World Wrestling Federation, and it's only been to his advantage.
Yes, it has, and he's going to need it against these two giants of the ring here.
Well, they're well over 300 pounds each.
Oh, the awesome team.
Going to work immediately. Pulling out all the stops right off the bat. Scoops him up. Wow, that's 300 pounds plus he just picked up there. Nobody home. The Dog said, you want to mix it up with the fisticuffs? I will oblige you. Oh, right into the corner. And it's late lunchtime for the Animal.
I don't think the Animal was kissing him, do you, Gorilla?
I don't know. Look what he's got on his face. He got some of the color off the face of Axe.
I wonder how
trying to figure out what it is. George doesn't know what it is.
How that goes with the green tongue, I wonder.
Look at that.
He looks like Don Johnson there from Miami Vice.
Oh. The Animal sort of licked it and liked it. He's coming in. He wants some more of it.
Now, let's see what they make of George. They can't hurt him, that's for sure. He's impervious to pain.
Smash in there now, trying to figure out some of the gyrations. And George the Animal Steel, one of obviously the most unorthodox man in professional wrestling.
He loves it here at Madison Square Garden because the people have really taken to him.
Wish I had a mirror that I could show him what he looks like.
Yes. A little green tongue there again. A little waggle of that tongue. But I've never seen Demolition look so confused before. Gorilla, this could be some sort of omen.
Well, they're usually 100% business. Look out. They trapped George, suckered him in there. And now Smash unloading on him. The Animal trapped in the corner. Wrong part of town for him. Dog doesn't waste any time coming in, but he's quickly met by the referee.
The teamwork of the Demolition is second to none.
Look out. Oh, he went for a clothesline, and he got bit. Well, that's why they call him the Animal. Over to make the tag to the Dog. Smash in trouble. Dog winds him up. See the pained expression on the face. He doesn't want to stay in this too long. He gets rid of the JYD in a hurry. Look out. Oh, what a shot.
Oh, floored that big, awesome Demolition man there with that right to the jaw.
Smash just got a rude awakening. I kind of think they miss Fuji.
They may be. You know, I hadn't given that a thought. There doesn't seem to be a great deal of direction about their moves at the moment.
Axe in there now, really lowering the boom on the Dog. Went to a reverse chin lock here, try and slow things down a little bit, as they're not going the way of Demolition right now.
No, it isn't really, because Junkyard Dog wasn't fazed by that attack from Axe.
From the backside, gets clobbered.
Smash taking Junkyard Dog while the referee's attention.
Here comes the Animal. He figures everybody's in there. I might as well be in there. But the referee caught him, trying to explain to him to get out. In the meantime, they're doing a number on JYD. He's in the wrong corner. Here comes the Animal again. And once again, conveniently caught by the referee. As they continue to double team the Dog. Can't take too much of that kind of punishment with both of those guys beating on you.
You really can't, but you must applaud the teamwork of Demolition, because they really have got this down to an art. And their work together, of course, is going to take them to many, many victories. Maybe one here tonight.
No question about that. Duck underneath by the Dog. Look out. Caught him with a clothesline, but I think they hit chin to chin.
I think that was a double clothesline there, and it looks to me as if Smash is in a lot of trouble, maybe more than Junkyard Dog.
Smash trying to clear the cobwebs. And look at this. Dog makes the tag. The referee did not see it. The Animal's coming in. He'll be put out. Push the referee right out of the way, but he'll be put out or he'll get disqualified here. It's mayhem now. All four men inside. hammering away. Wow, lowered the boom on the Animal from the backside. Look out. The Animal over the top rope and down hard. Fortunately for him, he landed right on his feet. And now it's a, come on, ref, give me a break. The Animal with a steel chair. He found something, or a wooden chair. No, it's a steel
over that chair.
Oh, poked it right into the ribs.
And he's down, and the referee doesn't see.
Smash is down, being covered by the dog.
He doesn't see Smash.
Oh, the
down.
referee's calling for the bell. There'll be no count here.
I don't think there will. And Junkyard Doug has raised his arm. He definitely thinks they're the winner. I really cannot tell at this point.
Everybody and their grandmother was in the ring, Alfred. It's hard to tell. He might have had a disqualification here. But certainly Smash was down there long enough to get a 3 count, and the referee decided to do that. I don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has awarded the bout and decision as a result of a disqualification to Demolition.
George actually looking on intent there, waiting to hear the decision. Well, he should have known what the decision. You can't go out there and grab a steel chair and come back.
And he takes with one of the legs and jams it into a man's kidneys. But no.
You never did anything like that, right? No.
Not that I can recall.
Oh, no, of course not. No, you never interject yourself into a match.
You know, from...
Go ahead.
Miss Betty's in the... she's having a mail sent, and the mail sent over. You wouldn't believe how many letters have come in congratulating the change to Thursday nights.
You're kidding?
No, I'm going to read you some of the letters. They're being sent over now.
Did you send them?
No, I didn't send them. They're from fans, my fans all over the world.
It wouldn't surprise me one bit.
I like Thursdays. Well,
Leaping Lanny Poffo, the poet laureate of the World Wrestling Federation, always an outstanding individual, and in for a tough evening in Madison Square Garden.
It's never occurred to him. Every time he goes out there and reads one of those lousy poems, somebody
They're not lousy poems.
Kicks his butt all over the mat. Maybe if he didn't read one of those poems, he'd stand a chance. Never occurred to him, though, has it?
Why are you always down on everybody?
Okay, I'm sorry. I won't be down on...
An apology, a rare occurrence. Right now, let's go to Madison
Poems are worse
Garden.
than I thought.
Oh.
And his opponent from Downers Grove, Illinois, weighing 252 pounds, Leaping Lanny Poffo. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a poem from Mr. Poffo.
I've always dreamed one night I'd get to wrestle at the Garden. Well, in 1985, my dream came true. To all you Hulkamaniacs who made me feel so welcome, I brought some extra Frisbees just for you.
All right, extra Frisbees from the poet laureate of the World Wrestling Federation, Leaping Lanny Poffo. And he's got a poem on each and every one of those, and he signs every one of those.
Yes. Bonus Frisbees for everybody here at the packed Madison Square Garden. What a delightful young man he is.
Boy, he certainly is. And while Lanny is throwing out these Frisbees, let me make you aware of this. That this program is authorized by Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any publication, rebroadcaster of the use of the pictures, description, and accounts of this event, including the imposition of a charge for viewing the program without the express written consent of Madison Square Garden Productions, Inc., is obviously and definitely prohibited.
Well, despite the action, you managed to say all those words there perfectly, Gorilla.
Well, if you don't say them, you know, they just boot us right out of here.
Yes. In the meantime, Estrada's really taken over on Lanny Poffo.
He's doing a poem of his own. Right on the back of the neck of Leaping Lanny. And Jose Estrada certainly doesn't have to take a back seat to anybody when it comes to action inside the squared circle.
No, he doesn't. He's a well-traveled wrestler. He's been around the world many times. He's picked up a lot of experience, and he does have an impressive record.
I'm looking around here, and I believe the Duke has deserted us. No?
He's vacated.
He has.
Maybe he's gone back to his summer house.
Maybe. Oh, right off the top. Aren't too many guys around with as good balance as Estrada has.
No, and so far Poffo has been unable
to get his jacket off.
Exactly. He hasn't had a moment's respite here at all.
He got rid of the Frisbees and the roof fell in.
Yes. So as to speak.
Still got that nice pointed jacket on. Come on, ref, give me a break. Do something. Step in there, let the guy get his ring attire off at least.
Well, that was a nicely timed drop kick by Estrada there. He's a very agile wrestler, Estrada, but he's up against another very fast, agile wrestler in the shape of Lanny Poffo.
Who's still got his jacket? Oh, maybe he'll get a chance now to take it off.
Well, he's trying. You're
maybe
right.
the zipper's stuck. It should be by now. He's being batted around. Oh, he finally got it off. Imagine how uncomfortable that's got to be.
That must have been awful, but he's ready for business now.
Catches Estrada coming in with a boot right to the sternum area. And Estrada's been going since before the bell rang. And he hasn't broken a sweat yet.
No, but Poffo seemed to stop him with a very well executed drop kick.
Choke now. Lanny's obviously lost some of his cool that we see that he normally has all the time. Irish whip in, backdrop coming up. Yes, nailed him with it.
A beautiful high backdrop there by Poffo. Suddenly Estrada is rethinking this situation.
Oh, look at that cheap shot.
That's the experience of a veteran wrestler showing there.
Well, this guy's been all over the world. Talk about wherever you want to name, he's been there. Leverage move, sends leaping out to the concrete. Not the place to be. Estrada just returned recently from a very extended tour of Australia, South America, New Zealand.
And very good records in those countries.
Likes to spend a lot of time in Puerto Rico.
Yes,
his
yes,
homeland.
However, here he looks as not to be having a great deal of trouble with Lanny Poffo, as of yet, that is. Poffo, of course, a very resilient wrestler, noted for the way he can move that body into incredible situations.
Well, Lanny Poffo, your lordship, is the type of guy who comes out here with a game plan. And when somebody jumps you before the bell rings, that sort of throws everything right out the window. Now he's got to rethink everything.
That was a quick move there by Estrada. You're right about that. He may have knocked the game plan right out of Poffo's head.
Estrada with a nice snap there. Took it a little bit too long and telegraphed the knee drop. And Poffo out of there in a split second.
Poffo lucky to get away from that because he's still suffering. However, he did get away from it, and Estrada showing a lot of pain with that right knee.
Crescent kick and an elbow right to the back of the neck. Over for the cover. No, he won't get him.
No, but he's certainly showing Estrada now that he has that ability to make that comeback. That all-important dig into the reserves.
Jose wants to talk about it. Oh, suckered him in again. I can't believe it. That's twice now.
Yes, he really did. Poffo, of course.
Well, Poffo always prides himself on being so quick.
Yeah.
But Estrada made it just a little bit quicker. Nice leverage move. Got the legs. No.
Poffo, of course, not exactly a veteran wrestler, so he still has lessons to learn in the ring, and he might be learning from these lessons from Estrada.
Well, Estrada there was thinking about taking a shot at the referee. That wouldn't upset me very much. Not this particular referee either.
Referee remonstrating with him, so maybe Estrada said something nasty to him.
He's been known to make some derogatory remarks about a lot of people.
Yes, he most certainly has. Poffo, he hasn't managed to put together a succession of moves, which is his forte. He can't necessarily knock you out, Poffo, but he can put those moves together that can be your undoing.
Well, he puts 3 or 4 of them in a row, and that's what makes it work for him. Doesn't have that ability to put somebody out with one move particularly, but he's got a combination, as you say, of a number of moves that will really put the lights out for you.
He certainly does, which is a credit to him because he doesn't have to rely on just one move, and if that goes wrong, you have no hope.
No, absolutely not. Oh, nice right hand right underneath the chin. Saw a lot of those today in the Pan American Games.
Yes.
Going on. Boy, some great fights in there between the Cubans and the Americans. Oh, look at this.
Nice
Head
move.
scissors. Took him over nicely.
What a good move by Poffo. He's a very enterprising wrestler. He's not afraid to try a different move and see if it's a successful move, and that was good.
Oh, standing drop kick.
Nicely.
Very difficult to do.
Maybe another one.
No, he waited a little bit too long. Couldn't quite make up his mind what he wanted to do.
Well, that was a jarring knee lift to the jaw there of Poffo. That really can unhook your jaw in a hurry.
I've never seen the referee talk to the wrestlers so much as this guy does, Alfred. You know, it doesn't require any talking whatsoever on the part of the referee. You just do your job and you count. Look, he's talking to him again.
Yes, he's...
You know, if a guy's doing something that you think is illegal and he should be disqualified, just disqualify him. You don't have to say a word to him.
Well, I can only assume that he's giving Estrada a word of warning and giving him a fair chance maybe to do something here, but it doesn't seem to be of any avail anyway. Gah.
Poffo unloaded again with another big roundhouse right. Scoops him up. Uh-oh, it looks like he's planting him right in his corner where he wants him. Well, here it comes. Oh, Estrada was gone. That was one of Poffo's finishing moves right there.
That really was, but he hadn't punished his man enough to get that move home satisfactory. Just one slam is not going to do that. He did floor him with the right-hander, but you've got to put in a few more moves.
Oh, big leap, nobody there. Chance for leaping right here, as Estrada's just about knocked himself out of this one.
Yes, maybe he could go again, Poffo. Let's see.
He's setting him up once more.
Okay.
He's going to try something different this time. Off the top, perhaps a front flip. Yes, nailed him right on the chest, hooks the leg, goodbye.
Excellent move there by Poffo to finish his man off.
Boy, Madison Square Garden has been a lucky spot for Leaping Lanny Poffo, the poet laureate of the World Wrestling Federation. Let's get the official word.
Here is your winner, Leaping Lanny Poffo.
Leaping Lanny Poffo checking out a few molars to make sure they're all there, as he had a tough battle here. Look at this flip. Talk about high-risk moves.
Absolutely. Once he got his balance correct, he came off there very quickly, didn't waste any time, landed nicely, had him down for that all-important 1, 2, 3.
Hey, always making fun of the guy in his poems. What a move off the top rope. Never seen you do anything like that in your wrestling days, which are over now, I understand. Is that right?
I still have a little bit of a neck injury.
You have an attitude problem as well as a neck problem.
Ah, here.
Go ahead. Read some of the names.
From Chicago, John Bosco, American
That's where
Airlines.
you grew up, right?
I didn't grow up in Chicago. That's
Beverly
one-man
Hills.
gang.
Sorry.
From John Bosco of American Airlines. Congratulations on primetime moving to Thursday, Bobby. You and your co-host have a good time.
Have a good time.
Find another one.
Does he think I'm having a good time here with you? Come on, pull out some more.
I am. You and that week.
What? You and that weave.
No, you and weave, something else.
We'll be back in just a moment to bring you up to date on everything that's busting loose here in the WWE.
Here's one.
This hot item right here with the world's heavyweight champion Hulk Hogan on the cover will be released. Pile Driver will be released, in fact, this coming Monday everywhere. And you're not on it or in it or anything.
Another postcard here from Ronnie Grimes from St. Louis, Missouri, TWA Airlines. See you and Gorilla come through the airport a lot. Too bad for Gorilla has to hang around. See you Thursday.
We're going to go right now to the Slickster, who has the most interesting cut on this new Pile Driver album, Jive Soul Bro.
Well, yeah, this is a Slickster here to tell you about the greatest single vocal performance of all time. I'm talking about Pile Driver, the Wrestling 2 album. Yeah, and we ain't talking about no Pavarotti or no Billy Joel or no Lou Rawls. We talking about Jive Soul Bro.
Well, I don't know about the hottest number of all time. Is that what he said?
That's what he said. Jive Soul Bro. I heard you humming that the other day.
No, you didn't hear me humming that the other day. I heard that particular cut. I was really
Hope you enjoy Thursdays on primetime. I know I will. Ron Clark, Tampa. They're coming in from all over.
Is there no end to this? Superstar Billy Graham on the rebound here in the World Wrestling Federation. The continuing story, the saga continues.
Hello, everyone. Well, he's back in the squared circle now, and doctors and critics are still shaking their heads. They are amazed. And even if you've been the biggest supporter of superstar Billy Graham, after that major hip surgery, it didn't take too much to be skeptical of his return to the ring. Like any rehabilitation program, though, there are no quick fixes. You have to start from scratch, and Superstar put in more hours than an accountant in tax season. From the mountains to the road work to the gym, superstar Billy Graham was on a course perhaps fit for only he. His dedication to returning proved to be more powerful than anything a doctor, a skeptic, or even logic might tell us. And on the night of his return, well, it was something for the eyes and the ears. Superstar then proceeded to mop up in the ring, but later on he had to defend against the Slickster's strongman, the natural Butch Reed. And Reed, naturally, went after the hip.
Oh, wait a minute. Butch Reed attacking Superstar. He's here going for the hip.
He's going after the hip.
Butch Reed is attacking the injured hip of Superstar. Look at that slick, jamming the cane in it. Look at that.
Well, we're going to find out real quick if Billy Graham has recovered from this operation, and I don't think so.
He's attacking the hip, the injury. Superstar back up. Superstar's on his feet.
Well, Superstar stood up to his first real challenge, holding his own against the natural, and thus far the comeback trail couldn't be going any better for Graham.
Superstar Billy Graham is on the comeback trail. Superstar Billy Graham has did his thing, been knocked down, been cut down, but I've been resurrected. I will not be restrained. I will be not contained. I have defied gravity. I defied belief. Superstar Billy Graham is on top of his game, and the future is mine. The Pythons are back.
With the update on the Superstar, I'm Craig DeGeorge.
The amazing Superstar Billy Graham just shocking everyone in the entire wrestling world, including doctors and psychologists who told him that he would never again enter the squared circle. What do you
Dave Perry, Chicago. Glad to see you on Thursdays.
Are you kidding?
No, here, you read some.
I don't want to read any mail that is fictitious or comes from strange places like this. Right now, we're going to take a look at the continuing saga in Bam Bigelow. I knew he wouldn't get him. The Slickster looks like he's going to end up with
wait
him.
a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce my guests. Coming up, Nikolai, Volkoff, and his manager, the Doctor of Style, the Slickster. Gentlemen, I understand that we have some big news.
That's right, Blood. You know, everybody knows by now why I'm here. Everybody knows that Bam Bigelow turned all those other managers down. And you know, because he knows that the Slickster is the greatest manager in professional wrestling today. He knows of my financial status. He knows of my mental abilities. And that's why at this time, I'm going to introduce my latest and my greatest acquisition, Bam, and he's mine, oh, mine. Yeah.
Where is he? Bam, Bigelow.
That's Humperdinck. What's he doing out here? What is Oliver Humperdinck doing out here?
Wait a minute, brother. What you doing out here, dude?
I'm here to introduce Bam Bigelow.
Wait a minute. That isn't the intelligence reports that I got.
Take a look at that. That is an impressive
Bam is making his
monster.
entrance. Perhaps he can tell us what is happening.
Bam.
What's happening, my man? What's happening, my man? Give me 5, baby. Give me 5, baby. Blood?
Let me tell you something, man. You are not my manager. You would never be my manager if you were the last slime ball on the face of the earth, man.
What you talking about, baby? We got it all figured out. What's the deal?
You and your commie friend better get out of my face now. Who you think you are, you ugly American? I can take you anytime, any place. Oh, yeah? Yeah. How about now? Hey. Oh, my goodness.
Here's my manager! Here's my manager, Oliver Humperdinck! Ladies and gentlemen, Bam! Bam! Bigelow!
Surprise, surprise.
Tell you, that Humperdinck don't start minding his own business, something's going to happen to him very bad.
He is minding his own business.
Well, he stuck his nose in my affairs. He thinks he pulled off a big coup by getting Orndorff. Now he thinks he's jobbed all his other managers by pulling off the coup with Bam Bigelow. Humperdinck, you better go back to where you came from, or we'll make sure you go there, and we'll send you there.
Upset. The brain is upset. I don't blame you for being upset. You got jobbed all kinds of ways this year. 1987 has not been a good time for you. Plenty more action still to come here on Prime Time. We'll be right back. I don't know whether you realize it or not, but Nikolai was very bent out of shape, got knocked right off the platform. He had a few choice words to say after that was over, and we're gonna go back to that later on in the program and see exactly how he felt.
Bigelow and Humperdinck are in a lot of trouble.
You think so?
That's my opinion.
You got a card from them too? No,
I don't.
Likely. Ravishing's coming up.
Ah, yes, Ravishing Rick Rude.
Your latest,
the Bobby Heenan
your latest
family.
find. You looking for any respect for him?
He'll get respect. You ever seen the physique on this man?
Yes,
the body?
I have. Let's let everybody take a look.
Orndorff looked like a cabbage patch.
Does not.
Funky-looking men in here to keep the noise down while I take my robe off, so your ladies can enjoy my sexy body.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, pardon me. He's a legend in his own mind, but hey, if you can back it up, it's not bragging, isn't what they said?
Absolutely not. He's got a great body.
Oh, nice, very handsome, clean-cut guy. You kind of wonder about the arrogance, but then again, as I say, you can back it up. It's not bragging. Jeff Goldberg, the referee, may get old waiting for him to unveil.
I think he was looking around to make sure where the hard cameras were.
Oh, don't give him too much at one time, he said. The ladies' hearts can't stand it. Ooh. Ooh. Some of the guys at ringside imitating him. One guy with a real bad bod.
Looking for the right lighting now.
Well, the ringside camera. Hello there.
Well, he spent a few days in the gymnasium, no question about that.
Guy's got a great bod. All right, the wrestling robe is discarded.
However, it takes more than that
well,
to be successful.
SD just didn't get in the ring yesterday, man. He's been around. He knows all the holds. Don't get him angry. I've seen that left hook of his unveiled many a time.
I remember a guy years ago, his name was Harold Poole. He was Mr. Universe. And talk about guys that had a body. This guy looks like somebody took a chisel and just chiseled him out. And he thought that he would just explode on the wrestling scene. Well, he got a negative attitude in a hurry. He lasted for about 2 matches, and he decided it was not for him.
Well,
he's asking for a comb. He's looking at me.
Well, yeah.
Of all guys, do I look like I use a comb? No way, shape, or form.
Here we go.
He got one. Excuse me.
One of the attendants had his comb and brush.
SD and I, we don't use comb.
He says, thank you very much.
They're all screaming some rather derogatory statement.
What's he looking at me for? I'm not going to help him. He signed the contract. I didn't. All right, push and shove. SD in the corner. And
block him. 2 blocks. SD measuring him. Right. Oh, he messed the hair up. He messed his hair all up.
Look at him. He's almost pulled now outside the ropes. He said, wait a minute. You don't do that to a star. And SD says, who? Never saw you before, buddy.
Ravishing one doesn't look too ravishing right at this particular point in time. I think you forgot about the comb and brush now.
I think he
better concentrate on Special Delivery Jones.
You better, boy. You're going to having a short night. He wants the brush again?
Oh, he wants it back, yeah.
SD has a short fuse sometimes, because he comes to wrestle and wants to get it on. He doesn't know about brushes and crimping and all that kind of stuff. Ravishing Rick Rude. Well, we saw him last month for the first time. Here he is again. Oh, kick to the midsection. Gives a roundhouse right or an elbow to SD. Another elbow. And elbow to the top of the head. That's got him down on one leg.
I bet your special delivery deck outweighs Rude by about 25 or 30 pounds.
Oh.
Maybe more.
Maybe more, too.
Oh, little exhibition here.
Yeah. Little tattoo on one right upper arm. Maybe indicating he's been in the service. I don't know.
Might have seemed like a good idea late summer night.
Yeah.
After he's had a
few.
Oh, couldn't make it. Got the leg hooked up in there. SD turns him right around. Look out. Atomic drop.
Oh, that goes right up to the base of the skull, man. Oh. Left hook, arm drag takedown by SD, and he's looking for greener pastures. He says, wait a minute. I don't care if they yell at me for splitting, but I got to take time, man. I hurt my back. SD says, come on, I got it going. Get back in with me, please.
Certainly got some tremendous abdominal development there. You don't get that by accident. That takes a lot of concentration, a lot of time, a lot of hours in the gymnasium to get that kind of results, especially in that area of the body.
All right, he's on the rope, so you can't do anything at this point. He's warning the referee about SD, maybe about the closed fist, I'm not sure. SD will do that too if you need. You want to go the hard fist, he'll do that. You want to slap faces, he'll do that. SD comes to do it, and my man.
We'll test the strength here.
Yeah, he says, come on, I'll challenge you.
Come up with the short end of the stick on this one with a guy like Jones. He's got that big upper body power.
He does, plus the weight.
Doesn't have the definition, not cut up like Rude, but he's a powerhouse.
SD comes to wrestle. That's all I can say. And the fans getting on the case of Rude, yelling for SD, SD. SD up on both feet, takes a knee to the midsection. Down he goes.
Rude sort of reminds me, Dick, of one of those TV stars.
Lassie? No.
Got his own Tom Selleck.
The Alfred, huh?
Tom Selleck?
Tom Selleck, yeah, sure.
He does look a little bit like him. In my book, anyway.
Yeah.
Of course, Tom Selleck never made a face like that.
No, there's similarity there. Very nice looking guys. If you like nice looking guys. All right, SD trying to get back up again. He's got a little leverage going. Thinks that right leg, he's extended it to try to, and with the upper body strength, he's trying to get it. All right, back
SD's going to come out of this. You watch and see. SD is no slouch in the power department.
Never bet against SD. But Rick Rude's another.
Hey, ravishing one having his problems with Special Delivery Jones.
Well, Special Delivery Jones isn't a slouch.
No,
but you watched the ravishing one.
You know, you gave us the impression it was going to be a picnic in there for him. Piece of cake.
From Connie P., Warren, Pennsylvania. Huh, can't even write, it's in crayon.
We'll be back in a moment.
Poffo into the midsection, takes him into the corner. Look, oh man. SD.
I don't want to hear any more postcards.
I'm just showing you how people
I can see that the bag is full, and I understand there's another couple of satchels out there in the lobby as well. Who's to say what they're all about, other than you reading them? Let's go
Bob
back
Johnson,
to Philadelphia Spectrum.
Springville, New York says.
With another kick, and SD gives him a kick back.
SD's over the top, and it's Rude now down on his knees.
And he's cranking up on him.
Look out.
Oh, got a roundhouse right. SD's known for it. Then a right, and a headbutt. He pulls him by the tights, wobbles into the midsection, takes him into the corner.
Look out.
Oh, man. SD was too anxious. Thought he had him.
We need definitely extra lighting for this guy, Dick. He doesn't have enough lighting.
Well, you don't know. One of these days he may be wrestling for the championship.
We could get Brutus to come out here and accommodate him with some beers and
know I could stand both that.
And scissors.
Oh, back.
Suplex, nailed him with it. Look at this.
2. A little punishment coming up here. He wants to break it off with a count of 2.
That'd be a big mistake.
It might be. Put a man down. You can put him away. Do it. Don't wait. Drops an elbow in the middle of the back. Uh-oh.
A little surfboard action here.
He's got both hands locked underneath the chin of SD Jones. applying some pressure, but SD's got a lot of strength going, up on all fours. And the ringsiders cheering for SD.
Wouldn't surprise me if SD got right up with him on his back.
And just flipped him. Over backwards. SD, well,
referee's on the wrong side. He should be in front to make sure that this doesn't turn into a smother.
SD might be just going to pick him up. Oh, look at that. Look at this, man. And Rude is hanging on. He says, wait a minute. I'm looking for a place to land just in case. I don't know what SD's going to do with him, but I'll tell you.
Rude hanging on to the chin for dear life. Oh, he dumped him.
He dumped him. Well, SD kind of either lost his balance or toppled back too. So it's a toss-up. Both guys down. Rude back up faster, more quickly. Kick to the head on SD. Favoring the shoulder area is Rick Rude.
You got to give credit where credit is due. Rude's in good shape.
Body slam.
No fundamentals. Anytime you can toss around a guy like Special Delivery Jones like he's been doing, you better know what you're doing.
Well, he's gone to the top rope. That's a long way across the ring.
High risk move.
Oh, high risk indeed. Oh!
Couldn't tell from our vantage point where he hit him.
I don't know where he hit him. No.
He didn't want the 3 count, though. He didn't want it. He literally didn't want the 3 count.
He's a little sadistic. Wants to punish SD Jones. Referee's got to check him here, make sure there's no...
That could come back to haunt you.
It may be. Wouldn't be the first time. Has confidence, huh? And arrogance about Rick Rude. He thinks I got it made in the shade.
He's got the right manager.
Yeah.
How many brain he is.
SG ain't going nowhere.
Again, this guy might just well be wrestling for the belt one of these days. Never know. Well, SD's still at one knee, and from our vantage point, looks like they're trying to do a slow sleeper on him. SD down a little bit. Now he's down all the way. SD looks like he's being put away. Now the referee lifts his arm, drops it. Not a sign of life there, so to speak.
That thing slips under the chin. It becomes a chokehold. It's not under there right now, but...
SD, he's vibrating. Look, he's trying to get it gone, and the ringside is cheering for him. He got up. Oh, elbow, another elbow. Takes an elbow himself.
Oh, first snap, neck breaker.
Well, the guy knows his holes, doesn't he?
He certainly does.
Can't argue that.
Certainly does. Look at this nonchalant cover. He didn't want it. Referee should have counted 3 right there, Dick. Shoulders were down, even though he rolled off his man. Right. This match should be over.
You're right. Technically, that was the pin.
Ravishing, having a good time at the expense of Special Delivery Jones here in the Spectrum.
Oh. SD smashing back in the midsection, but no apparent effect. Smashing back and forth, Rick Rude and SD Jones. But taking him to the other side of the ring.
Look out.
Ducks out of the way. Rude takes it right across the back, and SD right on top of him. Payback time.
Clothesline him, a short one.
Rude says, hold it. Wait a minute, let's take time out. Can't we talk? Let's be friends. Good.
He's wishing right now he had taken the pinfall.
That's right.
That he could have several times already.
Oh, reversal. SD into the ropes. Shoulder. Oh, I thought you were a shoulder block. But Rude caught him with a knee right in the midsection. Brought him down. Cat and mouse game. Rick Rude and SD Jones. I think Rude ought to put him away ASAP.
Uh-oh. Pile driver coming up. No, backbreaker.
Oh, my.
That's a ton to get up there, and that's backbreaker. It's over. SD quitting immediately. The pressure on the lower vertebrae in that particular hole is just excruciating. Can't blame SD for saying, ring the bell, please. Once he got him up there, there is no particular counter for that once you let the man complete the hole.
The winner by submission. The winner and the sexiest man alive, Ravishing Rick Rude.
Sexiest man alive. He was lucky to get by Special Delivery Jones.
He got by him, though.
Well,
he's such a hit with the family now that Day after tomorrow, Wednesday, I'm taking him to the country club. That's when all the doctors are there.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
What do you mean I'm not? Yes, I am. I go there every Wednesday.
Tomorrow is Friday, for your information, and you're in Chicago. The following day, you're in Indianapolis, and then on to Toronto, and then to Madison Square Garden.
That's right. Today's Thursday.
Today's Thursday. You wanted to be on the air Thursday. We're on the air Thursdays.
I'll work it out.
I'm sure you will. I have a nice barbecue with the family tomorrow at home, won't you? You'll be on your way to good old Chi-Town. Plenty of exciting things happening here in the World Wrestling Federation right now. Let's go to Mean Gene Okerlund along with Demolition and the devious one, Mr. Fuji.
By the way, Gorilla, congratulations on that 31 consecutive hour roll you had in Las Vegas at the crap tables. I think that's phenomenal. Mr. Fuji, come on in. Here at Prime Time Wrestling, I want to welcome you coast to coast and border to border. You got a few things going for yourself right now. You've got actually one of the #1 contenders for the world title, Killer Khan, and you've got this absolutely devastating tag team called Demolition.
Demolition is the finest tag team. They listen to Mr. Fuji. They go to Mr. Fuji's training camp.
I know that your training camp is more like a torture chamber.
It is torture chamber. You see, boy-san, they will listen to Mr. Fuji.
Let's bring him in. Axe and Smash from Demolition. I can't believe it. Smash.
If you lived in a little city on a river and the river rose, you would cause a flood. And that would be a major disaster. If a tornado came in and ripped the city up, that's a major disaster. Well, when Axe and Smash come into the city and Mr. Fuji's waving his cane, now that's a major disaster, because no matter who we have in the ring, we demolish them.
Am I keeping you up, Axe?
You know something, Howard? When you're successful, when you're totally devastation, you have trouble getting opponents. Nobody wants to fight us. Nobody wants to sign a contract. Nobody wants to get beat up anymore. Where's all the heroes at? They're hiding under the woodwork, under the rugs, in the garbage piles. You probably know where they're living at, Howard. You've been around them. I'll tell you something, fellas. You can't hide forever. Fuji and Demolition will find you.
Very good. Thanks for the compliment. I appreciate that, Axe and Smash. Thank you, Mr. Fuji. Stay tuned as Primetime Wrestling continues.
Well, folks, if you can remember the first night that the Honky Tonk Man beat Ricky the Dragon Steamboat for the Intercontinental title, the first one to congratulate him was the Macho Man, Randy Savage, just patting him on the back and telling him what a great job he did. Well, that's all sort of gone by the wayside as of late. The Macho Man, Randy Savage, has been making some derogatory remarks, and so has Honky been making derogatory remarks about Randy Savage. Something's going to come of this. Right now, let's go to ringside as we take a look at the beautiful Elizabeth and the Macho Man, and forget about the postcard.
Savage is getting soft. He's letting her walk in front. I can't believe that.
Nothing soft about this man when he steps into that ring, and you'll have to concur with that. A tremendous ovation for the Macho Man. The Macho Man ready to lock up with Tiger Chung. Macho Man being assisted by his manager, Elizabeth. I'll tell you, Elizabeth always looks...
Will you stop talking? Can't you get off of Elizabeth for just 30 seconds? We're here to do wrestling, McMahon, not the Playboy Playmate review.
I would hardly put Elizabeth in that category. She's far, in a way, something else beyond that. But right now, Tiger Chung Lee. Big monster from Korea. This should be a great matchup. Macho Man and Tiger Chung Lee.
Both individuals capable of bending and outright breaking the rules if necessary. Sort of a Jesse Ventura win at all cost philosophy.
Yeah, and that's definitely how you go into the ring. You don't pansy foot around like San Martino did. No. Worry about cheers from the fans and whether you're accepted. And
Honky Tonk Man, if you'll recall, last week was talking about he was the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. You remember him saying that, don't you, Jesse?
And he might well be.
Well, we asked Elizabeth her thoughts. We asked her for her thoughts about that comment of being the greatest of all time.
Well, I really can't agree with what the Honky Tonk Man says. Plus, I don't even like his style.
Whoa, well, I can tell you, Elizabeth, that makes two of us.
What would Elizabeth know anyway? She's an airhead.
No, far from it. Down to two there, the Macho Man and Tiger Chung Lee. Seesaw battle here in this matchup. Would you concur with Elizabeth as far as the style of Honky Tonk is concerned, Riddle?
Well, I think that Honky Tonk Man so far has proven to be a worthy champion, but naturally, here's Macho Man, who was Intercontinental Champion for quite a while. Now, do we expect Elizabeth to believe that Honky Tonk Man's the best? First of all, I don't think he is. I think Macho Man was a better Intercontinental Champion.
Now, isn't that something?
Well, I believe
I'm
that.
sitting here listening to Bruno. You physically attacked that
Wait
man
a minute,
at one time.
Oh, my.
Bruno San Martino attacked that guy, and now he's telling me what a great champion he was.
I attacked him at the time when I felt it deserved so. But we're talking about now who was Intercontinental Champion, how long they defended their titles, so forth.
Leopards changing their spots, right? Is that what it's called?
Right now, it's called the Macho Man and Tiger Chung Lee having a battle in that ring.
You guys ain't getting off that easy. When I was saying why are you interrupting me? When I was saying how great Macho Man was, I had to fight with you two out here. Now all of a sudden you're singing praises about him.
Hey, like you said before, maybe we're getting too much like you, Jess. I would hate to think that.
I would hate to think of that too.
Another part of Randy Savage.
It's all over if he lands.
Savage in position. Leaps from the rope. Hooks the elbow. 1, 2, a count of 3. A tremendous capacity crowd on their feet for the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Let's go back to the replay. No, let's stay here and watch Elizabeth.
Oh, come on, McMahon.
Well, this was a tough match. There's no question about it. Chung Lee's a tough customer, but then again, Savage at the end proved to be that. And here it comes. This fantastic Savage come off the top rope. Look at this. Wow, what an elbow drop. Right on Chung Lee, and of course, that was enough to keep Chung Lee down for a count of 3.
All right, for the benefit of those of you who did not hear the Honky Tonk Man last week and his boastful comments, here's what the Honky Tonk Man had to say.
Some of you didn't hear what I said last week when I said I was the greatest Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion of all time. Some of the former champions are a little bit upset, I understand, namely Macho Man Randy Savage. Well, let me tell you this, Macho Man, you can't wrestle as good as I can, and you can't sing, and you sure can't dance like the Honky Tonk Man.
Well, he made a lot of guys upset, Brain. He
Not
made
me.
Pat Patterson, the former champion, he made him upset.
Easy to make him
Pedro
upset.
Morales, Magnificent Morocco, former champion, and of course Tito Santana.
La Bamba.
And the Macho Man Randy Savage was the one who was bent out of shape the most. And I don't blame him. Here's a guy that's only held the title for a few months, and all of a sudden he's claiming to be the greatest Intercontinental champion of all time.
You can see greatness in the man. I mean, all those other guys were great champions, but Honky Tonk can sing, he can dance, he can do it all.
I'll
he can
tell
do
you
magic.
how bad Savage feels about this. Let's go to this special piece of footage.
How about it, Jimmy Hurt? Where's the Honky Tonk Man, huh? Where's the Honky Tonk Man?
He's not here. He's not here.
Tell me something right now. Where's the Honky Tonk Man?
I don't know.
You got a message for me.
Okay.
Randy Savage. You understand that? You tell him to shut up. You tell him to shut up about me. You understand that?
I'll tell him.
Yeah, okay. You sit down there, baby.
I'll tell him.
You better shut him up.
I'll tell him.
Come on, hot dog.
He can't do this to me. Who does he think he is? I'll
tell the Honky Tonk Man you're going to be sorry. I promise you this. If Honky Tonk was here, you wouldn't do this to me, Randy Savage. I'll tell you that right now. He wouldn't do this to me. I'm telling you, look at my glasses. Look at my glasses. Look at my outfit. Look at my outfit. You're going to be sorry.
Colonel obviously upset.
Man, sitting in the dressing room, relaxing. Here Savage comes in, puts his sweaty meat hooks on the man.
Well,
outweighs a man by 100 pounds.
Don't you think that the Colonel has anything to do with what comes out of the mouth of the honky-tonk man?
Well, then do it to somebody. If you got guts enough to walk in a man's dressing room, you could go right up to the honky-tonk man.
He was looking for him.
Oh, he knew honky-tonk wasn't there.
Good thing you're not managing the honky-tonk man.
I happen to have another letter.
Oh, yeah? Go ahead and read it. Who's that one from? Probably from you.
I love you as host.
Plenty more action still to come. We'll be right back.
Bobby Heenan, yeah, this is from me.
Around the dog. And just remember one thing, it's also very important when you get the tags around the dog's neck.
British Bulldogs, former World Tag Team Champions, very conscientious about what they do inside the ring, but they are also extremely conscientious about what they do outside the ring, especially when it comes to the Matilda.
Well, they ought to make sure she doesn't have a cold anymore. I heard the last time she had a cold, every time she sneezed, she knocked herself out.
Please, that's not... What a fountain, honest to God. Give me a break once in a while, will you? Find another postcard.
Okay, coming up.
In fact, we're going to go right now to some special footage in which the British Bulldogs and Matilda give us some
we're the
dog
British
tips.
Bulldogs, Davy Boy Smith.
The Dynamite Kid.
And we're with our mascot, Matilda, with another dog tip. Remember, all you people out there, don't forget to take your dog to the veterinarian to make sure your dog has all the right vaccination shots.
That's right. It's good for the dog, and it's very good for the people around the dog. And just remember one thing, it's also very important that you get the tags around the dog's neck.
A license, in fact, is what they meant.
Dogs-
Weasels have to have licenses?
Well, I imagine. I don't know. I'm not a
I
weasel.
think you do know. I think you are well aware.
Dog tips. Is that like when you have them on skewers with like an onion and a green pepper?
no,
Oh,
that
that's
is
something
not.
else. Ah, I have a.
What is it? You can't even read anymore.
Oh, yes, I can, but I don't believe it.
You don't believe it?
Not this.
Hey, I tell you what, Thursday's working out quite well for me because the weekends are sort of a hassle. I do a lot of broadcasting. Right now, tag team action coming your way. Let's go to ringside. That's sort of way out in the outback in Australia with a lot of Aborigines around. In fact, that's where he spent most of his life before becoming involved in the world of professional wrestling, and he is something else.
I have to agree with you. He's got size on him.
He's a nice guy, too. That's really what's important to me.
Yes.
A real down-to-earth, level-headed guy.
Do you know if he's been fighting with crocodiles?
Oh, yeah. We had some footage of him doing some wrestling with crocodiles. He has one on the back of his jacket. I guess that he captured or killed or... I don't think there's any law against it in Australia. There's so many of them over there, like there is here in this country. Makes the tag to Special Delivery Jones, the man from Antigua. Now making his home in the lovely city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Makes the tag to Daryl Nickel. Look at the physique on this youngster. He spent some time in a gymnasium. You don't get to look like that by accident, Mike.
No, it takes a lot of time and hard work, dedication to what the goal that you're wanting.
Well, he's going to match some power moves here with Special Delivery Jones, who's real close to that 300-pound mark, and with a whole lot of ring experience. Fought the best here in the World Wrestling Federation. Been around here for quite some time, and you don't get to stay around the World Wrestling Federation if you can't get the job done.
You can't cut it, you're gone. There's too many, you have the best competition right here.
This is the Mecca. This is where the big boys are. Back into the corner, Special Delivery Jones. Daryl going to work, unloading now with some heavy artillery. Well, he's working on the wrong part of SD in my book. Look out, football charge, nobody home. Telegraphed that move right halfway across the ring. SD not wasting any time and following it up.
Ring experience for you, Gorilla, speaking right here.
Absolutely. Surprised he didn't cork him with one of those headbutts. He's favorite in his arsenal. Makes the tag back once again to the man from Humpty Doo, Outback Jack. Armringer on the big guy. Ruby Ryder stepped in there, trying to get involved. Referee Dave Hebner right there to make sure that didn't happen. Oh, nice maneuver there, dropping the leg on the elbow. Little continuity. Obviously, these guys have teamed up before, Mike.
Obviously, the way that they're wearing down their opponent and they're tagging in and out, taking each other's time. When one is getting tired, the other one comes in, staying right on top of the situation.
Well, that's what it's all about. That's what you got to have, continuity, if you want to be successful in the world of tag team wrestling. And right now, here in the World Wrestling Federation, what a hot item it is. We have the champions, of course, the Hart Foundation, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, Brett the Hitman, and the opposition looking to get their hands on the gold. Strike Force, of course, the latest combination, Rick Martel and Tito Santana, but you've got Demolition. You've got the Shadows. Oh, the list just goes on and on. They're all here for sure. The Rougeau brothers, the Dream Team, the former champions. Well, not really the former champions. Now the Dream Team consisting of Dino Bravo.
And you have your managers, your best at the top of the line managers here also.
Well, they play a very important part. Greg the Hammer Valentine at one time, the co-holder, along with Brutus Beefcake. That's history now, as Brunei has gone the other direction. They literally threw the guy out. And now there's a vendetta going there. Oh, look at that! That looked like the boomerang shot right to the back of the head of Nickel. Goodbye.
That's 3.
Humpty Doo and Antigua make an interesting combination.
Yeah, like peanut butter and gin. That's a nice combination, too.
Yeah, he's being facetious now?
No.
As usual.
Kinda.
Where you going next weekend? You got any plans?
Yeah, I got plans next week.
I'm sure you do.
I have to go to St. Paul, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Cap Center, Landover, Maryland. Cleveland, Richfield, Ohio.
What are you going to do with all your free time?
Montreal. Well, I've made these commitments for my men, and
sure.
You know, this Thursday's not working out at all for me.
Working out fine for me. I'm making all kinds of interesting plans and exciting things going on for me. You know, weekends were tough for me because I do a lot of broadcasting on weekends, and you know, I really had to pump myself up to get ready for Mondays to do prime time. But now, since you brought this enlightenment to.
Don't make this a habit.
I love it. I'm getting to
We'll be back on Mondays. I'm calling.
We're going to take a look in just a moment at the
Thursday garbage
debut of Bam Bam Bigelow right here on Prime Time Wrestling.
Yeah.
Folks, earlier on in the program, you'll remember that the final countdown to Bam Bam went down, and Slickster thought he was going to get him, didn't.
Yes, I'll hold.
Oliver Humperdinck, in fact, ended up with Bam Bam Bigelow, and Bam Bam immediately issued a challenge to Nikolai Volkoff. In fact, knocked him right off the broadcast platform. A few choice words, I'm sure, were said, some derogatory things, and Nikolai Volkoff wanted to make a response, and we, in fact, have the response by Nikolai. Let's go to it.
Oh, yeah, this is it, brother. This is it. Yeah, next week, I'm going to cut the big 300-pound wrestler loose, and bam, bam, he's going to do you in.
America świnia, ja, debela, ja to zabieram czarną ziemię, jest gotów.
Whatever he said, I guess he meant that he accepted the challenge of Bam Bam Bigelow, and we, in fact, have that match for you right here on Primetime Wrestling, and it is the first appearance inside the squared circle of Bam Bam Bigelow, and what tough competition he decides to start out with in the form of the big 305-pound Nikolai Volkoff. Whom are you looking to reach now?
Okay, we're going back to Mondays. I'm getting it fixed.
Well, we're not going back to Mondays. We're on Thursdays. We're going to stay there for quite some time. Let's go to ringside right now for this most interesting matchup.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is scheduled for one fall. In the ring to my left, introducing the manager, the Doctor of Style, Slick. He represents from the Soviet Union, weighing 313 pounds, Nikolai Volkoff.
Boy, this is going to be some matchup.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the request of the Doctor of Style and Mr. Volkoff, they ask that you please rise and allow Mr. Volkoff to sing the Soviet National Anthem.
Well, let's just sit down, Chuck. What's the matter with you?
Well, thank goodness that's over. His opponent, led towards the ring by his manager, Oliver Humperdinck, from Asbury Park, New Jersey, weighing 393 pounds.
Wow.
Bam Bigelow.
What an ovation for Bam Bigelow. Look out, Volkoff going away. Whoa! Going toe-to-toe here, but no, the Russian goes down. He's up. Bam with another hard right, and Volkoff on the outside. Bam, look at that maneuver.
Boy, a cartwheel at 393 pounds. That's agility.
What agility on the part of Bam. Volkoff attacking from behind before the bell had actually rung. Volkoff to the rope. Ooh, shoulder block. Nothing happens. You've got to be impressed thus far.
I'm just watching right now. I never talk until I get an impression.
Look at that. Another shoulder block by Bam. 393 pounds, and Slick is beside himself. Bam to the rope. Oh,
Hey, I'll tell you, I'm impressed with Bam, but I think he made a grave mistake going with this Humperdinck. Instead, he could have had Slick.
Bam just hammering away on the big Russian. Another roundhouse right. Look at that. But Bam coming right back on him. Bam now. Good punch, and Volkoff goes down.
Pull yourself together, baby. Come on. Come on, baby. Russia, number one.
Elbow, and down goes Volkoff again.
Look at that little ugly red-headed troll outside the ring. Slickster's upset, and I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either. Volkoff not doing all that well at the moment against Bam Bigelow.
For a 393-pounder, he's got amazing agility and speed. That I'm really impressed with.
The only thing, I think he needs a few more tattoos.
I don't think so. Big Nikolai with a kick to the midsection now. Working downstairs, Bam comes right back at you.
You think this big, ugly Bam, I bet in the middle of his chest he's got mom. Can you imagine?
I don't know what he has. Whoa. I do know this, he has lots of ability. Slick is stunned. Slick is actually stunned. Bam. Standing drop kick. Volkoff again. Over the top rope.
Well, that's pretty amazing to see a guy of his size able to get up and do a standing drop kick. I am impressed with that.
Look how high he got with that drop kick.
But he sure is ugly.
I don't think this is a beauty contest, Jesse.
Well, you always seem to make it one when Elizabeth comes around.
That's different.
Oh, that's different.
Nikolai back in the ring. Two big bulls in there. Volkoff and Bam. Bam with a right hand. This big Russian Volkoff is staggered. Don't count him out. Listen to this capacity crowd rooting for Bam. Bam with another headbutt.
And Nikolai Volkoff making a smart move. Slid out to the floor. He's got to get with the Slickster and get it together.
Bam waiting patiently. Volkoff coming into the ring, looking on, of course, Oliver Humperdinck, the manager of Bam. And the manager as well of Mr. Wonderful, Paul Wonderful. Look at the big Russian comeback.
Now we'll see if Bam can take it. We know he can dish it out. Let's see if he can take it. Oh,
roundhouse right. Goodbye. Cover. He got it. Wait a minute. Bam to the outside. Bam, what's he doing? I think he's going to go after Slick. Slick, did you see how fast he ran? Huh? congratulated by his manager, Oliver Humperdinck.
For a man 393 pounds, he shows tremendous agility, as we just saw over here. Now look at here as he comes and punches with a headbutt on Volkoff and knocking him out and pinning him. But just a lot of quickness for a man 393 pounds. That is truly amazing.
Bam Bigelow.
What an impressive debut by Bam Bigelow with a victory over the big 305-pound Nikolai Volkoff. You're sick now, aren't you, about not getting the guy?
I can't even get K.
You're not going to change anything, right?
Are you kidding? I got to change like that. I'll get a change back.
You're not going to get a
Just
change
getting through
back.
all this
We're
red
gonna
tape.
Remain on Thursdays.
I bet you.
From now on. You can go to the bank with that. You made your bed, now you've got a line.
H-E-E-N-A-N.
Coming up right here on Prime Time, our special...
I'm the host of Prime Time. I'm on the air right now if you turn the set on, you imbecile.
Feature match coming up.
Janitor, USA now.
The reigning Intercontinental Champion, the Honky Tonk Man, of course, with his man, the Colonel.
I don't care
Jimmy
if your
Hart
name's
at ringside,
Raul.
against the former
Bobby Heenan,
Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion,
the Brain.
Tito Santana. What an interesting matchup this is going to be. Perhaps we will see a new Intercontinental Champion crowned. All that and a whole lot more coming up in just a moment.
Kate Kopowitz.
Got rid of him. Dropped down by Santana. Look down. Hip lock blocked nicely by the champion and reverses. Feature match time here this week on Prime Time Wrestling. Intercontinental Championship on the line. The Honky Tonk Man, of course, along with Jimmy Hart, the Mouth of the South, against Tito Santana, the former Intercontinental Champion and now one half of the task force, which indeed is a strike force for your information. Are you with us? Are you part of this program?
I don't know anymore.
What are you doing here?
I'm trying to get through on the phone. Do you mind?
You're trying to get through on the phone. You're always on the phone, always trying to get through. Forget about it. Let's go to ringside.
Me now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. It is scheduled for one fall. In the ring to my left is the challenger from Tocula, Mexico, weighing 244 pounds, Tito Santana. And his opponent, coming towards the ring area, escorted by his manager, Colonel Jimmy Hart, from Memphis, Tennessee, weighing 246 pounds, the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, the Honky Tonk Man.
Honky Tonk Man, indeed, along with the Mouth of the South, the Colonel Jimmy Hart. This is going on soon at ringside, along with the latest member of the World Wrestling Federation broadcast team. I'd like to welcome the White Brothers once again.
Thank you. I'm glad to be aboard.
It certainly is a pleasure to have you here. We're taking a look at the reigning Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, the Honky Tonk Man, with the Mouth of the South, and a former Intercontinental Champion, the opposition, Tito Santana, now one half of the strike force, his partner being the sensational Rick Martel. They are the hottest team right now, in my opinion, Mike, here in the World Wrestling Federation.
I'll agree with you, Gorilla.
Capacity crowd on hand once again as the World Wrestling Federation does its thing.
You can hear the crowd's approval, Gorilla. They're very behind
right
them
there.
tonight.
The SRO signs went out early, Mike. Standing room only.
There's no doubt in your mind who the crowd wants, is it?
Wow, Tito Santana, big favorite here. Well, you got to give a little credit where credit is due. Honky Tonk Man does have the gold.
Very little credit. Anybody that calls himself a lookalike to Elvis Presley, he's so far away from that.
Well, that's really humiliating, and I get on his case about that quite often. But you can't deny the fact that the guy is the champion. Took it away from Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Has it around his waist right now, but he's making a lot of enemies by some of the derogatory remarks he's making. In fact, just recently claiming to be the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, right?
Absolutely, and he hasn't had it that long, Gorilla, even to prove himself that much.
No, he certainly has not. Tito Santana took offense to that remark, as well as the Magnificent One, Don Morocco, Pat Patterson, former Intercontinental Champion, and a guy who got bent out of shape more than anybody else, the Macho Man Randy Savage.
That's right. There seems to be something developing between these two.
Well, whenever you got the gold around your waist, you make a lot of enemies, that's for sure. But this guy has gone out of his way to do that. And very reluctant about tying up with a former champ, Tito Santana, as he prefers to have a few choice words with our ringsiders.
That too, Gorilla, and it seems that success and the money might have gone to his head as well as around his belt.
Shut up, he's not going to sing for you tonight.
Oh, please.
The Colonel claiming if the crowd doesn't keep quiet, this capacity crowd, that the honky won't sing for him. Well, isn't that too bad?
Are you disappointed?
No, he's just trying to do a little psych job on Tito Santana, which is a relatively hard thing to do. Look at that, ran right into the scoop slam and paid for it. Here he comes again, same result. Bailing out of there once again. Santana wanted to go right out after him. Referee stopping it. Look at this. Dave Hebner, one of the premier referees in the World Wrestling Federation, handling this Intercontinental match.
He has his hands full here this week with Hart as well, being out on the outside, and Santana wanting Honky Tonk so bad.
Well, you folks got just a little glimpse of the lovely lady that I'm working with here in the broadcast position. Certainly is a big improvement over Bobby the Brain Heenan, I'll tell you that, Mike.
Well, thank you.
Side headlock by the champion. Tito won't stay in this long. He's got a newly found cauliflower ear that's just blooming. That's the last place he wants to be. Got rid of him. Dropped down by Santana. Look out. Hip lock blocked nicely by the champion and reversed it. Honky off the ropes, bounce away. Santana long gone.
A little bit of his own medicine there, Gorilla.
Certainly did. Laid it on him. Now Santana unloads and drops him like a bad habit once again. And Honky spent more time outside the ring than inside.
And the capacity crowd loves it.
Words of advice or words of encouragement or words of sympathy coming from the Colonel. Tito Santana in excellent condition. And what a sensation. Oh, they're on their way back to the locker room. Can't do that. It'll cost you heavy bread to do that, my friend. And he knows it. The Colonel is pretty smart, Mike. You got to admit it. There he's got in his stable right now the reigning Intercontinental Champion, the reigning World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions. And it behooves me to say that the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, really has done a number. Bobby the Brain Heenan doesn't have one champion in his stable.
No, it seems that Hart has the handle on the champions right now.
He certainly does. And the strategy worked. Honky's back in there once again. And in control of this match.
Holding him in there.
As we said earlier on, the newly formed team of Tito Santana and Rick Martel, as we listen to this capacity crowd give encouragement to Tito Santana. These two guys are destined for stardom.
It worked.
Arm wringer by the former champion. Honky tried to bail out of there once again, didn't work for him. Going to work with a nice arm wringer. They're sweating profusely right now. It's got to be hard to hold on to some of those holds.
He's reaching for the ropes, Gorilla.
He certainly is, trying to reach over there and find it. Dave Hebner right in front of both wrestlers. Get a good shot of what's going on in there. Big roundhouse miss. Look out, atomic drop coming up. He nailed him with it. That'll make it a little hard to ride a horse for a while, I think. Ramming the head time after time into the top turnbuckle. In a whole lot of trouble right now, the Honky Tonk Man, and they're loving it here. Tito's on fire. Irish whip coming up. Whoa, big backdrop. What a long way down, over for the cover, hooks the leg, two, no, he couldn't get it.
Almost had it.
Deep trouble. Honky Tonk Man, in fact, in deep trouble. Would you agree or not?
Waiting for them to call me back. The guy hung
I'm
up.
not worried about who's calling you back. When I'm talking about the match. And did you hear the nice comments that were being made by Mike McGurk?
Yeah, who is that mutt?
Mutt?
Yeah. Why
Are
is
you
she
kidding?
sitting there? I should be sitting there.
It's a lot more pleasant to look at her than it is to look at you, I guarantee
I
you.
sincerely hope so, or I'd have to start worrying about you.
This match a long way from being over as Tito Santana...
Well, she won't be back. I put the squash on that.
Trying to wrestle away the Intercontinental title belt from around the waist of the Honky Tonk
ring.
Man. Coming back at you in just a moment. Don't go away.
He was just sort of mimicking Elvis a little bit. Nice shoulder block downstairs as we hear the chant coming out once again. Tito.
Well, we're about to go back to ringside as Tito Santana has just about figured out every... Who are you calling now?
Can't wait for that idiot to call me back.
What idiot are you referring to?
The guy that answers the phone there.
Oh, please.
It's Thursday night, you know, not everybody's in the office.
Hey, Thursdays is fine for me, and about 15 or 20,000 people sending notes in that Thursdays is just fine with them. Obviously, it's not fine with you anymore. We're going to go back to ringside regardless
Amigo.
of how the brain feels.
This is Mr.
As we
Heenan.
take a look at Tito Santana in his quest to get by the Honky Tonk Man. Let's go back.
Almost had him.
Yeah, close but no cigar. As our other colleague, Mean Gene, would say, it only counts in the hand grenades and horseshoes. Oh, look at that. Dave Hebner reaching over and hooking the arm of Tito. That's a cardinal mistake on the part of the referee. You do not touch the wrestlers.
No.
Open the door for the Honky Tonk Man. Oh, this match may come under some heavy scrutiny before this one's over.
It has changed several times. It changed hands.
Well, the pendulum goes back and forth in the world of professional wrestling.
Oh, we got a little bit of honkies dancing there.
Well, I don't believe that was the sign he usually gives for the shake, rattle, and roll.
No.
He was just sort of mimicking Elvis a little bit. Nice shoulder block downstairs as we hear the chant going on once again. Tito. Look at the honky, though. He's spent. Santana's given him all he's got. And you got to give credit where credit is due. The champion has absorbed that and is still in there and in control.
He has to have something to have gone as far as he has to be a champion, Gorilla.
No question about that. 2 count only as Santana came out the back door. Well, I'll tell you, when this one is over, neither one of these guys will be ready to go out to your ranch in Oklahoma, Mike, and ride any of the horses out there.
No, they're both wearing down. Hard on the outside, giving his man encouragement.
Look out, double axe handle. A little bit too late. He telegraphed that move. Can't do that with a guy like Santana and his experience. Tito catches him again. Big right hand right underneath the chin. And another one. Dave Hebner getting dangerously close in there once again. And a whip right out of that corner. Oh, high cross body off the ropes. Referee a little bit out of position.
Not quite.
Honky with that surprised look in his eye. Wow. Snapmare takes the former champion over. And he's going to work very methodically. As we see the mouth of the South, his self-proclaimed colonel right there. How many times have we seen him, Mike, interfere?
Too many, Gorilla. He's always there at the right time to jump in when he shouldn't.
He's got a guitar, he's got a megaphone, he's got all kinds of weapons at his disposal. And he won't wait an instant to use any of them. Abdominal stretch slapped on by the Honky Tonk Man. He's almost got that left leg hooked, Mike, but not complete. And you're not going to beat Santana that way.
No.
Coming from a wrestling family, I know you're very familiar with this hold, and I know that you know that Santana's going to come out of this.
There it is. There it is.
Two great wrestlers.
Battling it away.
Certainly are. Honky's getting a little desperate right now. Some shoulder blocks right into the sternum area. Look out.
Oh.
Telegraphed that move as well. Ended up upside down at the mercy now of Tito. However, Tito's not 100%, but he's mounting some kind of an offense anyway. You gotta, when the door opens, Mike, you gotta stick your foot in it.
You have to go through it.
Look at Honky, he doesn't have a clue. Big roundhouse shot. Excuse me. Timeout. No way, shape, or form. It's turned into a Pier 6 brawl right now. They've just about thrown the rule book out the window. Oh, look at the high forearm. The flying forearm by Tito Santana. Honky Tonk Man is down and out. We're going to see the figure four.
There he goes.
Yes, we're going to have a new champion.
There he is.
Look at that.
Yes, Gorilla. Just as you had spoke before, he's there in time to help his man. Oh.
I'm sure we've got a disqualification here. Santana didn't want that kind of victory.
Oh.
He's got his hands up in the air, but he wanted the title. He wants the belt. Well, the belt cannot change hands on a disqualification or a count-out, only on a pinfall or submission. Let's get the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout as a result of a disqualification, Tito Santana.
Tito, the winner on a DQ disqualification, but he won't get the gold.
In World Wrestling Federation championship matches, the only way a title changes hands is by a pinfall or a submission. That did not happen. Therefore, still Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, the Honky Tonk Man.
Well, our ring announcer Howard Finkel explaining the situation. Unfortunately, Tito knows only too well. Let's go back. Well, wait a minute. Here we are here. Had him down, nailed him with that flying forearm, then slaps on that figure four leg lock.
Going into the figure four.
Right in the center of the ring. The championship was his, Mike.
And I think Jimmy Hart knew it. That's why he was there.
Thank you. He didn't want to get clobbered by the guitar, so Tito bailed out of there. The bell rang immediately, the disqualification taking place. It was one heck of a match here this week in the World Wrestling Federation. We almost had a new Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, Tito Santana, victorious, but on a disqualification. Mike, the title cannot change hands that way.
Absolutely. He won the match, but not the title.
Plenty more is still to come. We'll be back.
Doesn't Mike McGurk remind you of Farrah Fawcett? Understand she won a lookalike contest with.
Reminds me of Drippy Fawcett.
Please, why don't you stop? Let's talk for a moment about this hot item here, Pile Driver, the latest wrestling album 2. It will be out everywhere this coming Monday. You can consider yourself very fortunate if you indeed get your hands on one of these albums, because it is, in fact, a extremely hot item. There are some interesting cuts on here.
Okay.
Pile Driver, of course, the main cut on the album.
Yeah, Bobby Heenan.
Done by Coco Beware.
Bobby Heenan. Yeah.
Doesn't even know who he is. Oh, I can't believe it. Once again, let me reiterate to you, if you can at all, pick up a copy of this Pile Driver album, because it's going to become a classic, no question. A collector's item at least. You having problems again with the telephone?
It's an intercom now. Somebody just cut me off.
Oh, that's too bad. It was probably Kay that cut him off. There's no way, shape, or form we're going to go back to Monday nights. It took too much trouble to get us to Thursday nights. Well, folks, that wraps it up for our first edition of Prime Time Wrestling here on Thursday nights, incidentally, where we're going to stay. Too bad, huh?
Well, she told me, she says, since you wanted it on Thursday nights, I try to do everything I can for the fans and the good people that watch USA Network. I made it Thursday. The response has been fantastic. We're leaving it on Thursday, and
regardless, right?
She must have got cut off because it just went like that. So it couldn't have been her doing that. But so I'm stuck here now. My weekends are ruined. During the week's ruined for me.
I'm happy to hear that. That just makes my day, because
I hope it does.
Thursdays is working out, will work out, I'm sure, very well for me, regardless of what it does to him. It doesn't really matter anyway.
Well, I got to be here till late in the evening, then I got to catch a plane in the morning.
You're happy? You should be happy. You got your picture on the cover of the magazine.
Picture on the cover.
Although I have a different edition. This is the picture I have on the cover. This is the true weasel type brain on the cover of my magazine.
You just destroyed one of the most valuable pieces of literature going today.
I understand they're very hard to get because you bought something like 5,000 copies. Is that fact?
Well, for Christmas, for gifts, for my friends.
Oh, good. You don't have any friends, you know that? You're running out of them very quickly. Folks, until next Thursday, Gorilla Monsoon for the brain, the very confused brain, saying so long.
See you Thursday.